So now we have our basic Turk's head knot, and it's a separate piece from everything else. You'll notice that I've put a needle on the long end so that we can do some things in doubling up that knot. I just stuck it through a very large needle. This particular needle is a number 13, picked up at a craft store. So now we'll just slip it over the end of our prepared end, as shown on the website, and you'll tighten this up, and then like before you're going to take one of these loose ends and just follow it all the way around and tighten that knot right up. You're going to make this kind of firm, but not white knuckle tight, because what will happen is it will tighten up as you double it, because we're going to stick in that other double knot. If you get it too tight, it makes it very difficult to get the doubling. That's part of the reason for the needle, but even with the needle it can get very difficult to do. You might have to do this a few times to get it to where it's good and firm on there. If it's not firm enough, what will happen is it'll slip off when people tie it. You just keep following that around, and you see that the knot is getting closer and closer. You get a loose end there. See, you have to be a little patient with this part. And just follow it around where it goes next. Well, that's pretty good. You notice that it can still slide. You'll even be able to slide a little bit after we finish it. But that's pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to double it up. Usually I like to get this so that when we're all done it's about 3.5 inches. This will grow a little bit after you get on. It doesn't have to be exact right now, but we'll be able to still move it around, but you won't be able to move it around a lot without messing it up. So now you just double it in. Do the same thing. You're going to follow along the line there, and it gets a little tricky, so you just keep turning it and looking at it and follow along the line, because it's a continuous knot. So if you follow one string, you just keep going by it. Now what I just did there is I looped over the end. You don't want to do that. Okay? And you want to keep on the same side to make it look right. See, I just messed that up. So you can fix it like that. So it keeps doubled. That doubled look is what you want. It's kind of one of those things you can do as you're watching TV or whatever. Or you get a couple of liters, you make a few of these and sit around making them. The tendency too is to sometimes you'll stab, if you're using a a needle like this to stab into the middle of the cord, and then it'd be really rough to pull through. You might just want to back out so you can find it. Sometimes it's easier too. See, it's firming up as I go, and so sometimes what you can do is you can make a little hole for yourself back through the other way and go. Makes it a little easier. And you see how it's doubling up, and now we're kind of on that last line, that last pass. You're not, and this is where to get, if you're doing it right, this is where to get tougher to get the line through. If it gets tough enough, you can take a regular pliers and just pull on a little bit. Hopefully I don't turn out making a gory video. And you see right here at the end, I've got this long one laying down, and this is really my last one. So to make sure I have a doubled over look, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a single cord right here, and I kind of want to make it invisible so it looks like it's continuous. So I'm just going to go on this last one here, I'm just going to go down behind it and out with the regular tassels. Okay. Might have went through the cord a little on that one. And you see, if this works out right, that'll hide that end. And now what I'll do is, there's still a single line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this end up around there and go out underneath this guy here to make it look invisible. Or actually, looks like double right here. So maybe I can, yeah, it still looks simple. Maybe I just do it that way. Yeah, that didn't come out exactly, but you get the idea. You can kind of hide them behind each other, make them look as double as you want. See, that looks pretty good all the way around. You can kind of shape it a little bit and form it, push it around. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut the tape before we cut the long ends, because when you unwind the tassel, this rope that makes up the tassel, it'll be a little longer than what it was before you kind of undid all that. So we'll take these apart. And we'll split these. And kind of split it up as fine as you want. What I like to do is kind of match the width of this cord to kind of camouflage the cord in there. So usually if you split these into 3s or 4s, it's about right. And these will straighten some more slightly as they hang. As I get some single ones, I try to keep them. And so hopefully we're close to the 3.5 inches. The reason for the 3.5 inches, hope they're a little long, is that we found they hung a little better. If you go to 3 or 2.5 inches, they don't hang as well, and they stop looking like tassels and stuff like that. So I'm going to trim all that. That's a little long. It's close. Let me show it so you can see it.